Hi everyone, my name is Rivka Rosenberg. Today I will teach you 8th graders a lesson in English. The lesson topic is descriptions, people and art. Who do you see in the picture? It's a funny picture, right? Who do you see? Do you know this person? Sorry. How can you describe Trump? This is Trump, right? How can you describe his hair, for example, in this picture? When I see Trump's hair in this picture, I can describe it as a little messy and spiky. It has spikes. Like it's called, I think in Hebrew, kotzim. Messy, it's not organized, and spiky. In this picture, I think there was wind that day. Today I will talk to you about descriptions. We will talk about descriptions of people and art. We will focus on people and on art. To describe something. What does it mean to describe? It means to put in words someone or something, including all the relevant, the important characteristics, qualities, or events. In other words, it means to put in words, to say or to write something, including all the relevant information about either the person or the event. So when we looked previously about Trump, we can describe his hair as messy. That means describing, telling. For example, my mother always gives me love and food. She is a caring person. Why do you think the word caring is in blue? You're right. Caring is in blue because it describes the person. It describes my mother. She's a caring person. How can you describe yourself? How do you describe yourself? For example, are you funny? Do people laugh at your jokes? Are you funny? Are you a nice person? Do you treat everyone with respect? Are you a cool person? Do you wear cool clothing, cool shoes? Are you a caring person? Do you care about other people? Do you care about your family? Do you have grandparents? Do you care about them? Over and over these days I hear caring about the elderly, caring for the elderly. In this time of the coronavirus, it is especially important to care about the elderly because they are at high risk. So how do you describe yourself? Are you funny? Some people say that I'm funny. The children I teach, they think I'm funny. Are you a nice person? I believe I'm a nice person. Are you cool? I don't think I'm such a cool person. Are you a caring person? I think I care about people. I'm a caring person. I care about my parents. I care about my family. I care about all the students I teach. Today we will talk about adjectives. Adjectives help describe. You remember I talked to you about the word describe, to tell information about? So adjectives help us describe things, either a person or a situation. Look where they appear in a sentence. For example, adjectives, where do they appear in the sentence? They can appear before the noun. For example, a scary stranger came into the building. Scary is the adjective. It describes the person. A scary person, I was a little afraid of him. He came into the building. So it's before the noun. After the verb to be, the water is blue. The verb to be is in the sentence. And the word blue is the adjective. It describes what the color of the water. For example, the water here is blue. Do you see the picture? So it's after the verb to be. It can also be after the verb to feel. For example, I feel frightened. Sometimes I feel frightened about this coronavirus, but I keep cool, I keep zen. So it's after the verb to feel. I feel frightened with ed. Adjectives that end with ed are used to describe how a person feels. For example, I am interested in the movie. I love movies. I'm interested in the movie, you say. I'm interested, ed. Adjectives that end in ing are used to describe the things or the situations that make a person feel a certain way, how a person feels. For example, the movie is interesting. I am interested in the movie, but the movie I think is very, very interesting. For example, Harry Potter, I love Harry Potter movies. The movie is very interesting. Here are a few adjectives to describe a person. A person can be warm, very warm, loving, caring. A person can be kind. He can think about the other person, help him if a person needs. Pleasant. Pleasant means also very calm, very nice. A pleasant person to be friends with is a nice person. It's a synonym for nice. Sweet. Sweet person, sweet like candy. Good-natured. Good-natured person is someone that's he has a good nature, he has a good character. He is kind, he is caring, he is nice, he is good-natured. These are all synonyms, could be. Positive. I think positively about the situation with the coronavirus. I'm afraid, but I am positive everything will be okay at the end. Optimistic. I have hope. I'm optimistic that we will overcome the coronavirus period. I'm optimistic. I have hope. Cold. A person that is cold, he's sometimes afraid of getting close to another person. He's a cold person. He's closed, perhaps. Unkind. Kind and unkind are opposites. Unkind is when you are not so kind to the other person. You don't help the other person. You don't, if someone asks you for charity, you are unkind if you don't give him charity. Unpleasant. It's the opposite of pleasant. Unpleasant. It's not a nice person. Unpleasant to be with someone. He's not so nice. Horrible. Horrible. You should never be a horrible person. Horrible is not a good characteristic. Horrible, it's awful. Unfriendly. When you're not friendly with someone means that you are not open to be friends with them. You are unfriendly. When you don't include all your friends in your party, you are unfriendly. Gloomy. Gloomy is very sad. Don't be gloomy these days. If you watch my English lessons, it will cheer you up. Pessimistic. Don't be pessimistic. Life is good. Now there is a short exercise, and while you complete this exercise, we will take a short break of about 20 seconds or so, and for time for you to complete the exercise. Choose a famous person. Do you know these people in the pictures? You can either choose a famous person from here or a famous person, another famous person that you know. In these pictures, you have Barack Obama, for example, Bibi Netanyahu, Hermione from Harry Potter, Frida Kahlo. If you don't know who she is, you can look on Google. Choose a famous person. Describe him or her using adjective, the adjectives that we saw before. Send the answer to your teacher either via WhatsApp or in the school system or in your notebook. You can complete this exercise. So we'll take a short break of 10 seconds. Don't forget to come back. Do this exercise and come back. בשידור? we're back again. Who did you choose for this exercise? Did you choose Obama? Did you choose Bibi? How did you describe him or her? Now look at this painting. It's a painting by Edvard Munch, and it's called The Scream. It is a very, very famous painting. What do you see in the painting? I see a character. He has a funny face, like as if he's screaming. Where is he standing? Where do you think he's standing? What do the colors mean? What the use of the colors, the red, the blue? What do you think about this painting? What do you see in the painting? It's not a picture, it's a painting. There is a difference. Painting was painted with a brush and colors. A picture is taken with a camera. So this is a painting by Edvard Munch. When I see Edvard Munch's The Scream, I describe it as bold. It's bold. It's a little scary to look at this character. He's screaming. But I think of some situations make me scream, but I don't scream out loud. Sometimes I scream inside. Scary, like the coronavirus time right now. It's a little bit scary, but don't worry, everything will be okay. So when I see this painting, I can describe it as bold. Also, the colors are bold colors, strong colors. Here are a few adjectives to describe art. I love art. I love art museums. I love art in general. Usually when I travel, I go to art museums in every city that I travel. In Tel Aviv has a beautiful art museum. New York has a beautiful art museum. The Met, it's called the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Montreal has a nice, beautiful art museum. Right now, during your time at home, you can perhaps take a virtual tour of the museum. You can go on the museum's website and you can take a tour to see the different paintings on your computer. Adjectives to describe art. The first word is vibrant. Vibrant is lively, like yellow colors and red colors. These are vibrant colors. Calming, it makes you calm, peaceful. When I see snow, it usually makes me calm. Calming colors are blue, green. Inspiring, it makes me think, it inspires me. It makes me think of something, an idea inspires me to do something else. When I look at a painting, sometimes it inspires me either to paint or brings me a feeling of something to do, something to accomplish, inspiring. Colorful. Some paintings are very, very colorful. Like there is a famous painter called Gauguin, and he's very colorful. He uses all colors. Green, red, yellow, all different colors, very colorful. Simple. Sometimes paintings are a little simpler, simple, not so complicated. Bold. Do you remember previously we looked at this painting by Edvard Munch? This is a bold painting, very, very strong, bold. Look at these paintings here in front of you. I chose two painters that I love. Peter Bruegel on the right. He painted Hunters in the Snow. I love looking at this painting. It reminds me of my time in Canada, in the snow, in the cold. How can you describe hunters in the snow? The painter is Peter Bruegel. He's very, very famous. When I look at this painting, I think it's inspiring. It inspires me to think of my time, memories. It's calming a little bit also. It's calming. The snow is almost always very calming. Now look at the painting on the left. It was painted by Van Gogh. GH is pronounced go. In French, people say Van Gogh. Or in Dutch, it's called Van Gogh. And Hebrew too, it's called Van Gogh. Different pronunciations. Van Gogh painted Starry Night. How can you describe Starry Night? I think it's also vibrant. It's colorful too. It has blue, yellow, very, very strong colors, bold colors. They're not very, very light colors. They're very bold colors. I love Van Gogh. Starry Night. And Peter Bruegel. When you are at home, try to find out information about these painters and find other paintings that they painted. Now, I have a short exercise for you. I chose a famous painter again. His name is Pierre-Auguste Renoir. Renoir is a famous French painter. He's from the south of France. He's from an area called Cagnes-sur-Mer. It's near Nice, Nice in the Riviera, the French Riviera. So Pierre-Auguste Renoir lived in Cagnes-sur-Mer, and he painted this painting of the mother or the sister with another child near her. And on the left, there is a famous, famous sculpture made by Auguste Rodin. Rodin is also French. And there is one of my favorite museums in Paris is the Rodin Museum. And Rodin sculptured, he was a sculptor, he made sculptures from bronze. And this is called The Thinker. The Thinker by Auguste Rodin. It's a sculpture. He took bronze, I think in Hebrew it's called bronza, so it's almost the same word, and he sculptured the sculpture and he called it The Thinker. Look at the painting and the sculpture by Renoir and Rodin. Choose one. Describe it and use adjectives that we talked about earlier. You remember the adjectives for paintings and also sculptures? Send the answer to your teacher or to your peers, or perhaps share it with your family. Take a few minutes and I'll be back in a few seconds, okay? See you soon. Do this exercise during the break, and I'll be back after the break. Hi everyone. Did you get a chance to look at the painting and the sculpture I put here? How did you describe the painting? When I look at this painting by Pierre-Auguste Renoir, I think it's very colorful. It's very, you can say it's vibrant too. When you look at the sculpture by Rodin, the thinker, how can you describe him? It's bold, right? You can say it's bold. It's made out of bronze. It's bold. It's optimistic. It makes you think about something, right? How did you describe the painting or the sculpture? Share it with your friends after or with your family maybe. Now I would like to show you a short text, read it with you, and we will talk about it. This is Kamal. Meet my friend Kamal. Kamal is a popular student. He's very liked, he's very known in the 8th grade. Why do I like Kamal? It's because he is kind. You remember the word kind from before? Kind means nice. And has a great smile. He smiles a lot. Kamal is very tall for his age and has long, strong legs. He's an athlete. He plays sports. He's an athlete. Kamal exercises every day. He runs 6 kilometers on Sundays and Tuesdays and swims on Mondays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. That's why his arms are very strong. Kamal is very strong. On the other days, he plays football, basketball, and rugby. Rugby is a British game. It comes from Britain, the UK. He plays with his friends. Sometimes he forgets to do his homework. Oh no. And then his mother isn't happy with him. But Kamal is a smart student. He's very smart. He thinks, he likes to think, to analyze. He's smart. He can speak 4 languages. He speaks Hebrew, Arabic, English, and Spanish. And his grades are always excellent. So she, his mother, usually doesn't mind. She doesn't mind when he goes out with his friends. This is a description. You remember the word description? It's a description of a person, of Kamal in this case. Kamal's friend wrote a description about him. This is Kamal's friend's description about Kamal. Read again the description and then do the following in your notebook. Number 1, find as many adjectives. Do you remember the word adjectives? It's to describe. For example, Kamal has a great smile. He's kind. Kind is an adjective. Find as many adjectives as possible and make sure you know their meaning. Make sure you know their meaning. I explained previously several adjectives. List which adjective describe what Kamal looks like. What does Kamal look like? Is he tall? Is he skinny? Is he fat? Is he, you remember it says how Kamal looks like? I think it says strong. List which adjectives describe what type of person he is. What type of person he is. For example, he speaks 4 languages. What languages do you speak? I think you speak Hebrew, but now you're learning English. So, first you have to find as many adjectives as possible in general. For example, here, kind is an adjective. List which adjective describe Kamal, what he looks like. So he has long legs, he's strong. And adjectives that describe what person he is. For example, it says at the 3rd sentence from the bottom, it says Kamal is smart. That's describing how he is. Okay? Take a few minutes and I'll be back. Hi again. Did you manage to do the exercise I gave you? I hope so. Share it with your teacher. I would like to talk to you about punctuation now. Punctuation. What is the difference? Look at these two sentences. What is the difference between them? Let's eat grandpa. Or let's eat grandpa. I'll read it again. Let's eat grandpa. Or let's eat grandpa. What is the difference between them? You're right. The difference between them is the comma in the middle of the second sentence. Let's eat grandpa means, come on everyone, let's go eat grandpa for dinner. No, we don't want to do that. The second sentence is, let's eat grandpa, come grandpa, let's eat dinner together with us. Come eat dinner with us. Punctuation is very important. We don't want to eat grandpa, right? We must put a comma in there. Let's talk about punctuation a little bit. We use capital letters to begin a sentence. You must put a capital letter to begin a sentence. And for names, of course, of people, places, countries, languages, months, and titles of books. And of course, a capital letter for the word I. These are the times when we use a capital letter. So, at the beginning of the sentence, names of people, names of days of the week, the months of the year, languages we speak, days of the months, and titles of books. And the word I always has to be capitalized. Sentences must end with a period. If we don't have a period, the sentences go on and on and on. We don't have time to breathe. You must put a period at the end of the sentence. And you can use an exclamation mark. For example, in the previous, I would say, come on, Grandpa, let's eat. If we yell, if we call him out loud, come on, Grandpa, let's eat. Then I would put an exclamation mark, maybe. Questions. A question must end with a question mark. See the question mark there? And the comma is used to separate words in the sentences or to separate parts of the sentences. You remember here? The comma is in red. Let's eat, Grandpa, which means, come, Grandpa, let's eat dinner together. Let's eat, Grandpa. You have to stop there because if not, you're going to end up eating Grandpa and you don't want that. Let's look at a few examples. Example for the first part. Danny lives in Berlin and speaks German. I also speak German. Danny is the name of a boy. Sometimes it could be a girl too. Danny lives in Berlin. Berlin is the name of the city in Germany. That is why B is capitalized here. And D is capitalized for the name Danny. Now, Danny lives in Berlin and speaks German. German is the language, like Hebrew, English, German. German is spoken in several places in Europe, including Germany. Parts of Switzerland speak German too. So German is capitalized, the G is capitalized. I also speak German. I must be capitalized, always, always. And the word German again must be capitalized. And you put a period at the end of these two sentences. Danny lives in Berlin and speaks German, period. I also speak German, period. If you don't put a period, two sentences together, you cannot even breathe. It doesn't give you time to breathe. You must separate them. Now, the second example, Kim works in Canada. Kim is the name of a girl. That is why the K is capitalized. She likes to read, study, and learn. Do you like to read? She likes to read, comma, study, and learn, period. These two verbs are separated by a comma. You must separate them. Do you like to read? And there is a question mark at the end. Here is a short exercise for you. In the next few minutes, in your notebook, write sentences and questions from the following words. Use capital. When do you need to capitalize? Remember, beginning of the sentence, names of people, names of languages, the days of the week, the months of the year, and the word I. Use capital letters and correct punctuation. Don't forget to punctuate. It's very, very important. The first is an example. Football, playing, Kamal and is. Kamal is the name of the person, right? So he has to be capitalized. K is playing football, period. Is Kamal playing football? That's the question. So you have to put a question mark there. Take a few minutes and try to do these exercises. This exercise. Number 2, the words are to, are, the mall. The mall is a large center where there are many stores. Her friends, going, and today. I'm sure you know these words. That's why I did not go over them with you. Number 3, is the verb, happy, very, this morning, and he. Number 4, good, not, I'm, student, a, and always. 5, speak, Sandra, the name of a girl, Spanish, the name of the language, can, Hebrew, the name of the language, and English, and the word and. Try to do this activity in the next few minutes. Don't forget to come back. Hi everyone, I'm back. I hope you succeeded to do this exercise. Describe yourself. Try to describe yourself orally to your peers, to your friend, or to your parents perhaps. Describe yourself using the words from this lesson today. Examples and punctuation. For example, I love to learn languages. I personally love to learn languages and talk to people around the world. My friends say I am communicative. I like to talk to people. I personally speak Hebrew, English, and French, and I love to talk to people. That's why people around me call me communicative. Share this information about yourself with your peers, with your teacher, perhaps with your class on your class system. Now, describe your friend. In your notebook, describe your friend. Answer the questions on the left with the answers on the right. Let's see what questions we have here. What does he or she look like? What does your friend look like? Is your friend tall? Is your friend short? Is your friend skinny? Does your friend have muscles? Is he strong or is she strong? What type of person is he or she? Is she a smart person? Is he sporty? Does he like sports? What is she good at? Does she play the piano? Does he play tennis? What is she good at? What do you do with your friends? Now it's not exactly the time to meet friends outside, but what normally do you do with friends? Do you have fun? Do you go out? Do you go to the movies with friends? Why do you like your friend? Can you describe why you like your friend? I love my friends. I love them because they are smart, they are kind, they are giving, they are very curious. I love curious people. They are curious about everything. They read a lot and they want to know a lot. Look at these answers here. He is tall. This is describing how a person looks. He is tall or she is tall. She has brown hair. I have brown hair. He is very kind. She's very kind. She's giving. She likes to give charity, kind with her time. She helps people. Maybe she volunteers. He volunteers. She likes sports. I love tennis. She likes sports. He likes sports. He's good at math. I'm not so good at math. I'm better in languages. She speaks 2 languages. How many languages does your friend speak? Does he speak Russian, English, Hebrew, French, Italian? He always helps me. And the last answer could be she listens to me. I like people that listen to me. That's why I'm friends with them. They listen to me, they help me, they give me feedback about what I do. Describe your friends for a few minutes, okay? And come back, okay? Hello again. Now I have a surprise for you, an art activity. I know that you are at home. Art is very good. It's good for the brain. It's good for the soul. Now that you have described yourself in writing, you wrote a few words about yourself and your friends, take paper and colors and try to draw yourself. Draw yourself either with a pencil, draw yourself. How do you see yourself? It's very important. It's an important exercise. Draw yourself with colors, with a pencil, a pen, and share your drawings with your peers, okay? Thank you for spending time today with me.